Well, we're in a very interesting position today. We could win the Premier League title for the first time, but we're 2-1 down in the semi-final, or the quarter-final, of the Champions League, looking to come back. And it's away to no other than Manchester United at Old Trafford. It's going to need a miracle, you feel, to get ourselves through to the semi-final. But which one would we prefer? Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2024 and another part of non-league. It's a Champions League with South Shields. Today we are back with 2, 3, possibly even 4 matches today. First off, against Manchester United, away from home in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. Well, 2-1 down at the moment. We need to try and come back from that in today's match. And then, of course, we're taking on Leicester and potentially Newcastle as well in the Premier League as we look to wrap up the league title. So, since you were last with me, things have gone all right, certainly in the Premier League, but the Champions League match was a bit of a disaster. We have beaten Southampton 1-0 away from home, Danny Patterson scoring there. We then lost 2-1 to Manchester United. Hamid Grassman did get a 91st minute goal back, which I think could be invaluable. If we at least get one goal in this match, or a 1-goal win, then we take it to extra time. So that's certainly a relief in that aspect. And then we performed well against Burnley. 3-0 we beat them with Marvin Loré and Nye scoring 2 there. But if you have a little look at the Manchester United previous meetings, we don't have a good record against them. We've only actually beaten them twice, one of which was away from home, 3-1 at Old Trafford. It was a long time ago now, back in 2032, and we did beat them at home 5-2. So we have got a track record of beating Man United by more than 2 goals, but we've lost twice against them this season. We lost at home 4-3, and then we've lost 2-1 at home as well. But we need to channel that 5-2 victory really to try and get ourselves back into this tie and into the semi-final of the Champions League, which, to be fair, if we were to get through, we would be playing Everton or Juventus, which I'd quite fancy the job against either of them, simply because Everton have drawn 2-2 against Juventus. We know we can beat Everton. But then it's either Man City or Barcelona in the final anyway. Even if we do get there, it's going to be incredibly difficult to win the Champions League this season. But it would seem a shame to go out to Manchester United, who are 7th in the Premier League. We should, in theory, be better than them, but as I say, we haven't got a great record against Man United. But we're going to put everything into today and put our strongest team that we can out there to try and overcome it. We are first in the Premier League. Newcastle have recently lost a game, so we're now 11 points clear with 5 games to go. They have got a game in hand on us. Presuming that they win it, they would be 8 points behind us. And if we do beat them, if we continue to win, beat Leicester and beat Newcastle, then we will be Premier League champions for the very first time. So, yeah, 2 wins in the Premier League, that gets us the glory of a Premier League title, which would be quite amazing in, what was it, 12, 13 seasons, something like that. So I'm looking forward to later on in the episode. But this is the team that we're going to put out there today. We're going to assess it before I click continue and just decide, is this actually the best team I can put out there against Man United? So I've got Alan Murphy in goal, absolute no-brainer. Chamadeu at right back, Thompson, Masudi, Maatsen. I don't think that can get any better, to be fair. Nick Oliver and Donadell. Now, Donadell's been amazing there. Nick Oliver, I think we're going to put Tonali in there instead. He is somebody that's a bit tired, but actually he is better than Nick Oliver. So we're going to put Tonali in there instead. We have rewarded him with a new 1-year contract, so he should be buzzing about that. Loré on the right, Nwaneri on the left. I like that. A Bettino in the middle. I'm not sure. I'm going to go Danny Patterson instead. We'd normally probably go for something like Nye on the right-hand side or Bargy on the right-hand side, but Bargy has just come back from injury, so he can only play 75 minutes anyway. Gressman could go there and then put Loré in the middle, but actually Danny Patterson, club captain, I think that would make sense. And then Ekedy Mora up top. I think this is about the strongest team I can put out there. The only other one is Nye, put him up top instead of Mora, but maybe that's a good substitute to have on the bench. So we're gonna go for it, and if we're behind at half time, then we're gonna change up the formation. Have we got anybody else? Bontonali's injured, so yeah. We have got 10 substitutes. I think switching up the formation might be a good idea, but is this going to be the final time we hear this Champions League music this season, or are we going to be heading off into the semi-final? It's a big, big match, a big performance we need to have out of them. We're going to send the assistant to that. And here we go then. Manchester United at home versus South Shields. I think Danny Patterson, that could be a clutch decision. Putting Tonali in there as well. Just a bit more of a solid option than Nick Oliver. But we come out into a packed Old Trafford. We are ready and raring to go. It's going to be exciting. And now we are ready and raring to go. The headphones come off and we are ready to take on Man United. And already a good start. 2 shots on goal before Man United have even unpacked their bags in this match. Very, very good. It's a decent start. Here's Chamadeu. He gets it to Donadell. Donadell now. Still running with it. This is a good run from Donadell. Gets it to Chamadeu now. Chamadeu into the middle, and well, Loray's missed it. It could have been a chance, that. It's a big chance. It's going to be Tonali now with the corner. Back to Tonali. Here's Patterson. Tonali into the middle again. It is cleared. Only as far as Chamadeu. We can encourage the boys again. Try and get them fired up for this match. We seem to be playing well. We've got multiple players in the 7s. Loré on a 6.4. Patterson on a 6.5. That's disappointing. And Nwaneri on a 6.7. But it is something that can change very quickly. Pirola. Here's Obrigado, I think. Tonali gets it forward to Mora. Now Ekedy Mora shoots from there. That's a man under pressure, isn't it? And just a little bit desperate from us, you would suggest. Here's Guane. Oh, gets it to Victor Hugo. Now gets it to Jeremy. Tonali gets there. He's playing okay so far. Masudi gets it to Thompson. Now here's Murphy. Murphy forward. Header back. And here come Manchester United. What we don't want is them to score another goal. We need to try and keep it tight at the back. It's into the middle and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. That really makes our task incredibly difficult. 3-1 down on aggregate now. It's against the run of play. It's their first shot of the match. That's really disappointing because we could, arguably should be 1-0 up after that Loré chance early on. Here's Tonali. He whips it into the middle. Patterson was there. Chamadeu's there. Nwaneri scores. Brilliant from Ethan Nwaneri. Gets us back on level terms in the match. And, 3-2 on aggregate. But you feel like we are the stronger team. We are playing better. It's just going to be about taking our chances, and that was an excellent finish from Nwaneri, and if he's going to have a good game today, then he's going to have a lot to say about who goes through in this Champions League semi-final. Here's Pakavira with the free kick. It's sailed just wide. That was a beautiful free kick. Beautiful strike on the ball. But, yeah, here we go. What can we do? Much better display in the second half, please. I think Ekadi Mora is going to come off. We're going to put Nye up top. And I'm going to take Larray off because he's not having a great game. And I'm going to trust Hamid Gressman. He scored a goal in the first leg. I trust him. We're going to put Masudi on the left and put Nigu in there instead. That looks good. Okay, into the second half we go then. We've made some changes. And now we'll see what we've got. It's going to be a free kick. It's Danny Patterson. Doesn't score many free kicks. Doesn't score that one either. It was a decent strike, but just over the bar. That's really what we lack, is somebody that can stick a free kick in 9-10 times a season. Here's another corner. It's going to be Sandro Tonali with the delivery. He's tiring, is Sandro Tonali. It's headed away. Here's Gressman back to Tonali, who's inside there. Oh, it should have went in. How's that not gone in? It hits the post. That's so unlucky for Sandro. And the goal line technology showing it didn't cross the line. Here's Chamadeu to Patterson. Here's Chamadeu again. He whips it in, and there's Wanyeri at the far post. Couldn't quite get there. Masudi's waiting though. Masudi into the middle. Wanyeri forces a deflection, but it's not enough. But we are very much the better side in this match, and maybe with some fresh legs in the last 20 minutes we could do something here. Here's Gressman. Gressman on the ball. Into the middle it goes, and it's straight to Shea Lacey, and he clears it. Oh God, here's Jeremy with the corner for Manchester United. Header, just over the bar. But they'll be getting nervous, will Man United, because we have been pretty good. Now then, Sandro Tonali is having a decent game. He's struggling fitness-wise. Patterson's going to come off, and we're going to put Wanyeri in the middle, and I'm going to bring on Thomas Chevalier. Don't know why. I just felt it was right. Thomas Chevalier is going to come on that left-hand side. Wanyeri in the middle. Something about it just felt like it could work. I don't like how many of our players are on yellow cards, and this is the tiredness. Ooh, that's a very, very bad miss. Could be a crucial miss if you're a Manchester United player. Here's Masudi. Oh my God, what's he done? That's a terrible throw. Sanchez all the way back to the keeper. Can we keep the pressure on? Or are we going to struggle here? Oh, Chamadeu gets there. Here's Gressman. Gressman now running forward. This is an excellent run from Hamid Gressman. He's still going. It's cross clear. Here's Lacey. Oh, and Chamadeu's just not got the legs to keep up with him. Shea Lacey still going. Oh, he misses though. Right. Do we go for the change in formation? I think we've got to try it, haven't we? I think we've got to try it. Gressman can play it up top. He can be an advance forward. What can I do? He can be an advance forward. I mean, can you play with 3 advance forwards? It feels like you shouldn't. But we're going to go very attacking. We're going to focus our play through the middle now. Hit early crosses. Let's see what we can do here. We need to try and up the ante. It shouldn't really change too much about how we play. We don't have the defensive midfielders in there now, but they're quite attacking defensive midfielders as it is, so it shouldn't really change a lot about what we're doing, but it should give us more bodies up top and an extra player to try and stick it into the back of the net. Oh, this is a chance. There it is. And that's it now, I think. I mean, who can you bring on to change this up? Other than maybe doing something like this. Bringing on Rooney Bargy. That's, yeah, Gressman fit. Oh dear. Undo both of that. We've got one defender back. But we need 2 goals now, so we need to risk everything. Gressman's going to go there. Wanyeri's going to go up top. And we're going to bring on Rooney Bargy. And yeah, everybody is essentially going to attack now. We might just move these 2 back. Yeah, that seems fine to me. It's an absolute risk. We need to change this back to that. And just go for it. Here we go. Here's Donatel. Come on, let's get a goal back now. Here's Masudi. Masudi's going to whip it in, but it meets the first man. Chamadeu's there. Oh, and he's lost it. I mean, he's just not got any energy left, I'm afraid. This is a very, very sorry performance in this second half, it has to be said. We were great in the first half. We had some chances early on in the second half, but now we're tiring. And when we look, every game that we've played this season, we look so leggy in there. We need 2 goals in this final 5 minutes. We're going to demand more. 5 minutes of added time. But what's crazy is we're not even creating a chance. That's the crazy thing. Got so many players trying to attack. Oh, and it's a penalty, Jeff, now. And Chamadeu might even be off here. He might even be off. He's lucky. He's remaining on the pitch. It's going to be Manchester United that make it through to the semi-final of the Champions League. It's not our season. It's not our season to win the Champions League. Perhaps that could be next year. A little bit of strengthening up. Certainly in defensive positions. But there it is. We lose 3-1. We threw the kitchen sink at them, but ultimately none of the players that we put on there to try and change the game were able to do that. Yeah, we weren't good enough. Manchester United win, and win well in the end. Juventus have gone through on penalty Jeffs over Everton, but we are out of the Champions League, and that is a real shame. A real shame. Yeah. Never mind. We have to push on now. Let's go and win the Premier League title. If we don't do that, that'll be a real failure of a season. Well, one bit of really good news is that we've been able to make Nye's loan deal permanent. £65 million, I think, definitely money well spent. He's come in, he's scored 18 Premier League goals in just 13 starts. He's been amazing. He might even go and get the Golden Boot this year. And perhaps we need to look for ways to get 2 strikers into our team next year. But he's been amazing. Very good bit of news, that one. Okay, a few changes for the match against Leicester. I want to start giving some players some playing time that we want to fully assess before next year. One of those is Aurelien Wilhelmin, who we signed for 22 million at the start of the year. He's only made 5 starts, but he's actually been pretty good, and he is going to be our long-term replacement for Junior Chamadeu. He is a wonder kid, so he is somebody that will be a very, very good player in the future. So I think we need to give him some playing time. Junior Chamadeu is somebody that is now 31 years old. He will be with us for the next couple of years, but realistically, he's not going to get any better. He's only going to get worse. He's still amazing. Don't get me wrong. He is still amazing. He's going to be a big part of this. Similar with Ian Matson. He's 33 years old now. He's with us until the end of next season, but he is certainly somebody that is declining. He hasn't had as strong a season this year as he did last year. He's only got those 6 assists that he did get last year. He's played well, but again, he's somebody we have to think about long term. And Masudi was brought in as that left back. He is somebody that is very good in that left-back position. He's had a good year this year in that centre-back role, but if we move him back out wide, perhaps he can find this form again and be awesome going forward. So maybe we need to think about who do we bring in the centre-back role next year to partner Soren Thompson. Or is it going to be Gabriel Negu? It could well be. And, I'm giving Chevalier a chance up top, putting Marvin Leray in the middle, Nye on that right-hand side, and we'll see what comes of it. So here we go then. Let's get into the match. If we win against Leicester, then we go into the Newcastle match with a chance to win the Premier League there and then. So it could be very, very beneficial for us to win this. Well, it will be very beneficial for us to win this match. It's as simple as that. Newcastle won their game in hand, so they are keeping pace with us. But they are now the only other team in the title race because Man City have dropped more points now. Here's Tonali. He whips it into the middle. Wellerman is there. Here's Wellerman again. Wellerman into the middle, and, Nye misses pretty much an open goal, you would suggest, from that range. It was an absolute sitter. Here's Tonali, gets it to Chevalier, who plays a very, very poor pass. Here's Nye, gets it to Leray, who gets it forward. But, disappointing for Nye to miss that one. But Leicester, they're in a battle of their own. As we said, the top 4 battle is pretty crazy this season. Goes all the way down to 11th place, with Aston Villa being within 4 points of each other. So it's massive. Here's Tonali, whips it into the middle. And Donadell now on this right-hand side. What can he do with it? He whips it into the middle. And there's Thompson with the shot. And it's a great save in the end. But it could and possibly should have been 1-0. Here's Tonali with the corner. He whips it in. Wellerman's there. Here's Negu. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. And that's end of highlight. Disappointing. But we've been very much on top. You feel we should get a goal fairly soon. As Aston Villa have equalised in the match against Sunderland, and you see they've gone from 11th up to 8th. They win today, they're up to 7th. It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. As Arsenal are beating Manchester United at the moment. And they move down to 9th, and makes it even more ridiculous that we didn't beat them. Right. Thomas Chevalier. I think we're going to take him off. I'm going to put Ekedy Mora up top. Going to give Rooney Bargy the right-hand side, and we're going to give Patterson the attacking midfield role. I want to just try and see as many players as I can in these final few matches of the season to make some decisions of where we improve going forward. And I think, our top priority has to be defensively at the end of the day. If we can get a world-class left-back, in. You know, it's going to cost us a lot of money, but I think we're going to get a lot of money from some of the players we're going to offer out in the summer. I think I have to be ruthless. You know, the nostalgia is great and all, but is Bontanali somebody that we should be keeping around for the long term? I don't know anymore. Here's Alp on the right-hand side. Gets it into Shimps. Now there's Wade. Oh, it's 1-0. 1-0 Leicester. And he is onside. This is just not what we need, not what we want. And it's the second match in a row that we've been on top on in the first half, and then little mistake, and we're 1-0 down. And Leicester now very much are looking like they're on top. Here's Masudi with the throw, gets it to Patterson, now Tonali, here's Donadell, come on boys, Donadell now bursting forward, excellent run, it's gone in, and I think Ekedy Mora is going to get the credit for it, but it was Donadell's shot, but because it hit off Mora before going into the back of the net, it's going to go down as an Ekedy Mora goal, and it's 1-1, that is what we need, but Donadell, what a player he's been this season, he'll no doubt get the assist for that. But, yeah, quite funny, really, that Mora stole the goal off him. Here's Beer. Oh, what a shot that was, just over. Murphy was off his line. It was an audacious chip. Right, 65 minutes gone. What do we want to do here? I think let's put Donadell on the left-hand side. That's actually his preferred position. And I'm going to give Lewis Skelly a run out because whenever he's played, he's looked very, very strong. So I want to keep giving him a chance. And Donadell on the left-hand side, it's his preferred position. It could be something very, very good if we can get him playing well there. Right, we're going to go very attacking. Come on. Here's Rooney into the middle. Thompson with header just wide. That is so close to be in the moment. But I don't think it's going to happen. 88 minutes gone. We've got one more substitute that we can bring on. And it's going to be Coutinho, I think. Going to see if he can change this match in the 4 minutes of added time. Well, there's going to be a highlight. Yeah, good interception from Masudi. Here's Rooney Barge. He gets it forward towards Ekedy Mora. Here's Coutinho. It's Rooney. Rooney out wide to Velleman. Velleman running forward with it now. Into the middle. Yes, Coutinho scores. That is what you call a genius substitution. And in the dying embers of the game, Velleman on that right-hand side got it to Coutinho. And, well, what a finish from Coutinho, who's really not had a lot of game time this season. But he has just won us the match and given us the opportunity to now win the title. Or has he? Because this is a very last-minute corner. It's a header wide. That was side netting. That was very close to being it. And that was the very last touch of the game. But we beat Leicester, and that is a very good result. Again, not at our absolute best, but we've got over the line. We can be happy about that. I tell you what, Sione's had a decent few games for Aston Villa. Let's have a little look at that. There you go. He's not been a regular starter, but he has been scoring goals, getting assists, and is probably somebody that Aston Villa might be interested in the summer. Who knows? But yes, Velleman, man of the match, a performance for him. Very good. And I think we'll give people a rest, and then we'll see if we can beat Newcastle and become Premier League champions for the first time. Okay, I messed up and didn't give anybody a little rest. Therefore, we have players that are just nowhere near match fit. I mean, there's no point in them even being on the bench, to be honest with you. They're not going to get a game in that condition. So we'll go with that. We're sticking with Velleman at right back after his man of the match performance. Coutinho gets a rare start in the attacking midfield position following his late winner. And we move Nye up top. Oliver and Lewis Skelly return and reunite in that defensive midfield position. We've got Maatsen at left back and De Ligt at centre back. So here we go then. Let's get ourselves into it. Sandro Tonali's upset about being left out, but he's too tired. He's way too tired. I mean, it's against his former club, Newcastle. That's probably why he's very upset. But hey, it is what it is. You've got to deal with it. But this is the match. If we win it, we will be Premier League champions. If Newcastle win it, they're back in it. Believe it or not, they're back in it. With 3 games to go, because we've got Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea to end off the season. It's not an easy run in for us, so we want to get it done and dusted today with a good performance in front of our home crowd against the team that we're up against in the title battle. It's all very romantic, but usually Football Manager doesn't allow you to have what you want in these romantic settings. Here's Larray with a great chance to put us 1-0 up. What a goal that is from Marvin Larray, 19th goal of the season. Obviously getting him on a free transfer at the start of the year. What a signing he has been, and he's been a bit of a game changer really in that position. But yeah, Larray, outside of the foot, into the back of the net, makes it 1-0, and as it stands, makes us Premier League champions in front of the Sir Robert Briggs Arena faithful. I mean, what a story it's been. Here's Oliver, gets it to Nigu now. Nigu on the ball, gets it to Murphy. Murphy finds De Ligt. De Ligt pushing forward with it, gets it to Larray. Larray finds Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly with the shot. What a save from the goalkeeper. But that was incredible from is it Marvin? Or Martin? Miles Lewis Skelly. Into the middle it goes. Header from Canate. Here's Nigu now. Wanyeri finds Velleman. Oh, it's a shot from Maatsen in the end. Good save by the retiring Aaron Ramsdale. But you look at this Newcastle side, they look very scary. There's lots of new gens in this side, and some of the world's absolute best new gens as well. This looks risky from Ramsdale. Good ball forward, good header from Lewis Skelly. Here's Wanyeri now. Wanyeri pushing forward. This is an excellent run. Gets it to Nye, who scores, and he's onside, is Nye. And that is going to put him level with Erling Haaland for the Golden Boot. And that's why we've put him up top. Oh, it's disallowed. Well. The assistant didn't move his flag. So that's a rare mistake from the assistant referee. I don't think he put his flag up. But yeah, Nye, unfortunately, doesn't get the goal. But we are currently 14 points clear. But in real terms, 11 points clear, which is ridiculous. Here's Wanyeri now, with a chance from the free kicks, finds Lewis Skelly. Oh, there you go. Miles Lewis Skelly gets a deserved goal. What a match he's played so far. Puts it into the back of the net, and Wanyeri with the assist. And, you know, Lewis Skelly's somebody you look at and think, is he good enough to be in this squad? Well, yes, he is, on that evidence there. You know, Newcastle are the second best side in the Premier League this season, and he's playing a blinder against them. De Ligt with the header forward, looks offside all the way, but I don't think it is. Flag stays down. Coutinho's the one that makes the mistake, and it's 2-1. Newcastle all of a sudden back in the match. Sotomayor gets it into the middle. Kosev away. Here's Profundi. This could be Newcastle right back in the match and back in the title race if they score here. Oh, just wide. Unlucky there. But yeah, it would be... What would we be? If we drew against Newcastle today, I think it would be... We'd be on 83, they'd be on 73. It would be 10 points, so... and they'd have a game in hand, so it would still be title on. So we do need to win this. We are playing well. Just need to slightly improve in the second half with some of our chance taking. We're going to put on Danny Patterson and Ekedy Mora for the two players underperforming in those positions. Maatsen definitely... Oh, Wanyori is injured, which is a bit annoying. But yes, we will put on Rooney Bargy in that left wing role. Yeah, Velleman looking tired, so I think Chamadeu is going to come on at some point to replace him. Here's Pafundi with the cross into the middle. Kosev. Oof. Murphy gets there. I'm actually not going to risk a tired player right back now. Here's Delict. Finds Lewis Skelly. That's really, really poor. Really poor. Here's Pafundi. Oh, what a save from Murphy. That could be the title winner. That save in itself. Newcastle aren't going to get many better chances than what we've just seen there. That's an excellent save. Here's Leray. It's going to be the short corner to Rooney, who whips it in. There's Delict with the header. How's he missed that? That would have been an awesome moment for the guy that's come in for 6 months looking to nick a Premier League title before his career's over. Obviously never won one at Liverpool in all his years there. Oh, what decent tackle. It was a good shot in the end, but Delict having a decent game, replacing Soren Thompson, who, again, was a Newcastle player last season, so the two former Newcastle players not in the side today at all. Here's Sotomayor, gets it to Reader. Reader forward, there's Florentino with a great chance and he scores. Newcastle back in it. Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't. Newcastle have been awesome in this second half. Do we have anything that we can do? I suppose Donovan Robinson comes on. But that is the last change that we can make to try and win the title today. Here's Mora. Gets it to Donovan Robinson. Robinson clears. Header there. Lewis Skelly. Here's Oliver. Oh, it's such a bad pass. We don't want Newcastle to win today. That would be an absolute disaster. Oh, Pafundi into the middle. Yeah, good save from Murphy. We were 2-0 up in this match. It's crazy how it's turned around. We're just not even creating chances now. That is cleared. No. Again, it's going to be another Newcastle chance by the looks of it. But Rooney Bargy against the runner play. What's Nick Oliver doing? What is he actually doing? Does he want Newcastle to win this? Oh my God. I think, well, if we had another substitution, we would be taking him off because he's made so many mistakes. Here's Lewis Skelly. He's going to pass it to Nick. No, he's not. He's going to pass it to Chamadeu. Good idea. Chamadeu on the right-hand side. He's got some fresh legs and he's got a good delivery. Leray into Rooney Bargy. Yes! Oh, 10 minutes to go. Rooney Bargy comes from nowhere and scores that. Best decision was Lewis Skelly not passing to Nick Oliver there. And Junior Chamadeu with those extra fresh legs on the right-hand side, getting it into Leray. Excellent finish from Rooney Bargy. Makes it 3-2 now. And do we go defensive? That's a big question. Here's Rooney. He's going to whip it in now. It's high up in the air. It's Leray to Delict. Oh, Danny Patterson has scored. The club captain has scored what surely is the winner. And Delict is going to be the one that gets the assist, I think. And it was a late corner here. Rooney Bargy again at the centre of the madness. And it was Leray to Delict who got it into Patterson. Excellent goal. Makes it 4-2. And I think we can possibly relax now, knowing that the Premier League title is going to be ours. Heading towards the final whistle, 7 minutes of added time. Newcastle have still got a chance here if they can create something. Here's De Ligt. Gets it back to Murphy. Murphy forward to Nick Oliver. This is worrying. He finds Rooney. Gets it to Donovan Robinson. On the left-hand side. Robinson. Rooney. Patterson. Oh, it's another goal. It's another goal. Rooney Bargy has turned this game on its head. It's 5-2 now. I feel like we are absolutely mugging Newcastle. They didn't deserve this. But this is going to be it. We are going to be Premier League champions, and hopefully we're going to get to lift the trophy right now. Yes, we do. Yes, South Shields. Oh my God. They are going to be Premier League champions. Look at this. It's going to be Danny Patterson who's going to lift the trophy as well, I believe. It doesn't look like Danny Patterson. I don't think that's Danny Patterson. Who's lifting it up? Whoever it is, they lift it in the air. They're very, very happy. I don't think that's Danny Patterson. What a brilliant season. And we have really blown away the competition this year in the Premier League. Only 4 defeats. And we finally done it. We finally got that Premier League title. We very, very nearly got there last season, didn't we? Against Chelsea. But this year, we've controlled it. We've done very, very well. It was a number 23. It was Wanyeri that lifted it up, which I don't know why. I suppose, did he start the match as captain? I know Danny Patterson ended it as captain, but it's a bit of a shame. But there you go. Championes. We have won the title, and we can be incredibly, incredibly pleased about that. It's our first ever Premier League title. Hopefully the first of many for the club. And 3 matches to go. Very, very good. And we've got to be happy with that. So confirmed best ever Premier League finish. Of course we have. Our best ever before that had been second. We've done the double because we won the UEFA Super Cup as well. They are very, very happy with us challenging for the Premier League title 3 years ahead of schedule. And now I'm in the Hall of Fame. There you go. In the top English managers. Because we have won the Premier League. I want to see the Hall of Fame. That's the one I wanted to look at. We're now the 5th best English manager. Look at that. That's crazy. So we might get there to beat Bob Paisley, but I don't think we're in the world's best yet. Still a little way off, even 20th place there with Ernst Happel in there. Yeah, it's going to be very, very tricky to get anywhere near the likes of these guys, but maybe that's a conversation for another day. Who knows? South Shields board happy with the Premier League victory. Of course, we've ended a 4-year reign of Chelsea on the top of the table. And Lorraine, I mean, that goal at the start was just incredible, wasn't it? But there you go. We have done it. We have won the Premier League. It is confirmed. We are champions and going to be very, very comfortable champions in the end. It's going to be close for Golden Boot between Haaland, Nichols and Nye. Ekedy Mora's up there as well, but I think he's just a little bit too far back. Marvin Loray's not far off either. Danny Patterson is up there. In terms of assists, I think Junior Chamadeu's probably got that in the bag, as long as we don't screw him over by not playing him in the last 4 matches. But that is going to be that. We have already been given our budget for next season. Ignore that. That's worrying for another day, though. We've got 52 million in the bank. We've already spent some money on Nye, who will be joining us at the end of the season. We've got a bit of wage budget in there as well. I think it's going to be about trying to be sensible with our signings in this summer. and hopefully we can make some progress with some of the signings that we can get. But that is the end of the season. We have won the Premier League at our fifth attempt. We had 2 seasons where we narrowly avoided relegation. We then finished, I think, 7th, then 2nd last year. So I think this is our 5th year in the Premier League. And we've won it. Yes, get in there. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the journey. If you have, give it a massive thumbs up. We've got one more job to tick off, one more trophy to win, the Champions League. And hopefully we will do that next season. Fingers crossed anyway. Eh? If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for daily Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.